HCISD. I'm Art Cavazos, your Superintendent of Schools. Joining me today are the top 10 students from Harlingen High School. Their placement of the top 10 represents their hard work throughout these past 4 years and their dedication to reaching the goals they set for themselves. We take this time to chat with some of them about their experiences in our schools and showcase their achievements while providing our future graduates with words of wisdom as they continue their pursuit of academic excellence. To begin, I'd like to go around the room and ask the students to introduce themselves, name all HCISD campuses they've attended, and share their plans after high school graduation. We'll start with our valedictorian.
Hello, Dr. Cavazos. My name is Nathan Ramon. I've attended Stewart Place Elementary, Vernon Middle School, Dr. Abraham Picano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. After graduation, I'll either be attending Rice University or St. Edward's University, where I'll major in political science and play baseball.
They'll be lucky to have you, whichever choice you make.
Hi, I'm BRANDI CANTU. I've attended Austin Elementary, Memorial Middle School, Dr. Picano Freshman Academy, and of course Harlingen High School. After graduation, I'll be attending Baylor University, Silicon Bears, and I'll be majoring in biochemistry.
Super nice. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. My name is Ryan Arnold. I attend Long Elementary for elementary, and then Memorial Middle School, and then the Connell Freshman Academy, and now Harlingen High School. And after high school, I plan to go to UT, the University of Texas at Austin, major in electrical engineering.
To the university.
To the university.
I'm just saying that, the University of UT. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Riley Sasela. I went to Long Elementary, Memorial Middle School, Dr. Abraham Picano Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. After graduation, I plan on attending the University of Texas at Austin with Brian, studying civil engineering, so hook 'em.
Super nice, super nice. Are you all going to room together? No, not yet. No. You're on camera. No, okay.
I'm Irene Tyler. I began at Connell Freshman Academy and then attended Harlingen High School. And after graduation, I am going to the United States Naval Academy.
Congratulations. We're
Thank
proud of you.
Hi, I'm Gabriel Lorenzo Luaces, and I went to Long Elementary, Lee Means Elementary, Memorial Middle School, Dr. Connell Freshman Academy, and Harlingen High School. And after graduating high school, I'm going to go to Texas Tech University and major in mechanical engineering.
Wow, you're a Red Raider.
Yeah.
My son's over there. He's going to be a senior next year.
Hello, my name's GARRISON Medley, and I started off at Memorial Middle School, and I went to Connell Freshman Academy, and then Harlingen High School. And I planned on attending Florida State University and studying civil engineering.
Congratulations to you.
Good morning, Dr. Cavazos. My name is ADRIAN BAZAN. I went to Stewart Place Elementary, Gutierrez Middle School, Connell Freshman Academy, and obviously Harlingen High School. After high school, I plan to attend the University of Texas at Austin, hook 'em.
Wow,
And I plan to major in government and in the summers intern here with Jim Young in the Valley.
awesome. Congratulations to you.
Hello, my name's NATASHA TREVINO. I attended Lamar Elementary, then went to Vela Middle School, and then Connell Freshman Academy, then Harlingen High School, and after graduation, I plan to attend Texas A&M and major in business.
Super nice. Congratulations to you.
Hi, I'm Luke DISQUE. I started at Kano in HCISD, then went to Harlingen High School. And after high school, I plan to go to Texas A&M and major in economics, and then hopefully go into law.
So 2 Aggies, right? That's awesome.
Only 2.
So what's the sign for the? Oh,
Giga.
So I have a few questions to ask you, and in these 3 questions, there's no order. So if you feel comfortable answering it, I encourage you to do so. We realize that being on the top 10, you all are very accomplished in academics. Can you share with us what other activities you may have been involved in throughout your high school years? Name a couple that you're most proud of or that you were really involved in. So we can start anywhere, whoever's comfortable.
I'll go first.
Get it out of the way, right?
Sports, obviously, football and basketball. Did that all 4 years. I was also in NHS Student Council. I'm an officer right now with Nathan. And another thing I'm really proud of is I was actually in our school play, so those are a few things.
Super. What play was that? Tracks?
Yes, tracks.
Congratulations. That was a great play.
Thank you.
Great play. Anyone else?
I guess I'll go next.
Since he said you're
I guess I'll go next. Some of the things I'm most proud of is I was in varsity choir for 3 years. I also played baseball all 4 years, and I've been in National Honor Society for 3 years, where I'm currently the president this year.
Congratulations. Now, so you were in choir 4 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yes, sir.
So when you're at the dorm, if you sing, I mean, now everybody will know that. So, how about you?
I was in Cardettes for 4 years since freshman year. I'm actually a first lieutenant officer this year, and I was also in STUCO, student council,
Awesome.
for 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay.
This year I was the captain of the varsity tennis team, and also a very humbling experience for me was serving at my church as an altar server, Our Lady of Good Counsel in Brownsville. I started there since I was 14, and I've been there ever since, and I plan to keep on going until I leave to college, but it's been a very humbling experience for me.
Good for you. Good for you. Anyone else? Yes.
I was in basketball all 4 years in high school, and I'm the parliamentarian of the Key Club and the parliamentarian of the Science Club.
So the parliamentarian keeps everybody in order, right?
I'm the one that's in charge.
Does he do that well? Does he do that well?
I think you can guess what Riley is in that.
You're the parliamentarian?
Yes, sir.
So you keep him under control.
Keep everything in line.
There you go.
Okay.
Okay, he's getting really excited now. So. Anyone else?
Oh,
Go ahead.
So you can go.
See,
Okay, I'll
he
go, I'll
yields
go.
to you.
I was in Cardettes for all 4 years, and this year I'm the colonel. And I was also in FFA for 3 years, and this year I'm the student advisor.
Good for you. What did you raise in FFA?
Poultry.
Okay, awesome. Congratulations to you. You were going to say?
Yeah, I was in football all 4 years, and this year I was senior starting linebacker and team captain of the football team. I was also in track and basketball, and I'm also in AHS.
With him?
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So here's your next question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was a captain of the debate team. I've been in debate all 4 years, and I've also been in taekwondo and the media marketing team throughout high school. And those are
Wait, taekwondo?
taekwondo.
Oh. Now you've got their attention. So, and you were in the debate team.
Yes, yes.
Congratulations. You all did very well this
Thank
year.
you,
So
yes.
Good for you. Very soon, if not already, your top 10 billboard will be going up. What do you expect to feel when you see yourself up there? Or what do your parents, what do you think they're going to feel?
I actually drove by it yesterday with my mom, and we didn't realize that was going to be up so soon. And so she turned and looked, she started screaming, and I was like, what's wrong? But then we were both like really excited, and it's both like proud and just excited, I guess.
Did you work towards that? Did you know in 9th grade that's what I want to do? Or
I didn't even think about it until like a
it.
few weeks ago, and they're like, oh, pictures, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
So it's real. It's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah, you know, it's just so humbling to see that all your hard work throughout the 4 years is paying off. You know, my parents' constant pushing, it comes back and it shows how they've raised me, and I'm proud to say like, oh wow, look, I'm up there with the top students at Harlingen High School. So.
And I will tell you, it's a beautiful picture. You all,
thank you.
you all did an
Thank
awesome
you.
job. We're going to give you a picture of it before you leave. So awesome, awesome. Anyone else?
I think for me, I've had a few relatives who were up there before in
They
past
set the
years.
bar high.
And so they set the bar high for sure. And so to me is I need to be up there. You know, I need to match them and I need to beat them.
Now, I read about you, or I saw you in another program where you said your goal is to be the President of the United States, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, hurry up. Hurry up. We're going to support you. Anyone else? Adrian?
For me, when I first saw it, I did feel like all my years of hard work paid off, but more than anything, I just wanted to be up there to set an example and be a role model for my younger sisters to show that, oh, they could also be up there when they get to their senior year.
Sometimes the first experience is, wow, that's a big picture. But that's okay, too.
I know like a lot of us are actually like the oldest child, so.
So it's setting
Yeah,
an
setting an
example.
Well,
The only job.
here's the thing. Whenever I saw the picture, I had a sense of satisfaction because my brother graduated from HCISD 4 years ago, give or take a year, and he was in top 10%, and he was always like, oh yeah, I'm smarter than you. So when I saw the billboard, it was just a giant image of, I did better than you.
So you proved yourself. He gave you that motivation. What about you?
Yeah, me and my parents are proud because I had 3 other siblings go through HCSD. None of them were in top 10, and my parents would challenge me. And so I finally beat them.
Are you the youngest?
Yes, I'm the youngest.
Wow, so you brought in the back of the whole family and got yourself in the top.
Strong.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
finish strong.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anyone else seen it or?
Yeah, I'm the first one in my family, and there's been about 20, I think, that have gone through the program, so that made me pretty happy. But
20, that's a big family.
It's funny, but I think it's more for my parents than for myself. I'm more proud for them.
So have you all seen it? How many of you all have seen it already?
I've seen it.
So you have to be careful not to be looking at it, right? So how many of you have taken a picture by it?
Well, I think we actually plan to all after this go.
Yeah,
That's
right after.
And I will tell you, some people just can't focus. They're like, well, it's up. But I saw some postings on Facebook and on Twitter of the celebration, and to your point, it's about family as well, and what the family is experiencing. And some of you, it's the first one. Some of you, you're proving some things, and so congratulations to each of you.
Thank you.
What's your response, though, when people ask how you became part of the top 10? I'm sure you have some people say, you're in the top 10, no. Right? So what's your response when people ask you that?
I think most of us here are involved in many extracurriculars, most of us athletes, and so I think when we tell people that we're top 10 students, they're kind of surprised. You, an athlete, you're in top 10? But yeah, I think you just have to tell them, I've worked hard for this, the studying, the countless hours, the sleepless nights, the finals weeks, you work hard for being up there, and so it definitely pays off.
But you do get asked that.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think all of us.
Like
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Why you? Brandi, do you get asked that?
Yes. I've been in Cardets for a long time, and there's a lot of practices till 6:30, and then I have StuCo that I stay over after school to paint some posters or something, and people freak out like, wow, you're in top 10? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually in top 10, and so yeah.
What's incredible to me is that some people don't realize you're at top 10 till they see the billboard. That you've been in high school 4 years, and they're like, oh, and they don't give you that time of day. And like, oh, you want to go to prom? Who else? Anybody been asked that question?
I have many times.
Many times.
Well, it's the whole stereotypical thing. I mean, I'm captain of the football team. They always assume us not to be as smart, but yeah.
You got tackled. How are you smart? So how do you respond?
And I was like, yeah, I'm in top 10. I mean, you may think you don't have to be smart to play football, but there's a lot of thinking that goes on, especially the work too. I mean, during football season, I'd be at the field house till 9:30, 10 at night, watching film, studying plays and stuff. So
it takes a lot of brain muscle to juggle all of it.
I
Who
feel
else
like
been asked? Yes, sir.
it's just a mindset. People think it's so hard, but if you really put a lot of dedication and hard work into it, you can do it. I think people they set themselves, they put a limit on themselves, and they think oh well, my limit's just top 10%. But if you really put that dedication and hard work in, you can do it.
But I'm sure some of you left Kano Academy and weren't at the top 10, right?
Oh, no.
So do you remember your rank when you left Kano Academy? Who can
I
remember? What was your?
At Kano Freshman Academy, the first semester when we got our rankings, I was number 3 out of over 1,000. I can't remember the exact
about
number.
1,200. Yeah.
But I was number 3, and then
I was 4.
Riley was number 4.
Wow.
I was number 36.
You were number.
Yeah,
I was
she
tied
was
with Brandi, actually.
Yeah.
for
So you all
36.
were in that top. All of you were in
Okay.
top 10.
Top 10%.
You were 14.
I was
I was-
21.
I was
You were
33.
21. What were you? What were you?
10.
Arnold? 10.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of you had to climb it, right? And so you were number 3. What happened?
Number 1 and 2 from Kano went to South.
Okay. Okay. So see, it's a journey, right? It doesn't happen just the first one. So here's your next question. If you could, would you do anything different?
Oh yeah, yes, definitely.
That was quick. What would you do different?
Well, because my parents always pushed me to get really high grades and just do what you love and I do my best, but they didn't really push me to get high SAT scores, and I didn't really study for that. And I guess I didn't really understand how important that was, a bunch of scholarships that I don't apply for some scholarships specifically because my score was high enough, and so I just wish I would have make sure that when people say it's important, it's important.
Yeah. Wow. So that's an interesting take. So you focused on your academics, but the SAT test, you kind of I'm going to take it.
Bad.
That's an interesting because it factors into scholarships, right? And so that's important. Good learning lesson?
Yeah, piggybacking on what he said, the SATs is one thing, but I know being the oldest, I'm like the little, how do I say this, like the first project, like they're testing me. Yeah, the first like.
Well, you turned out to be a good project.
Yeah, but so like now my parents, they know what to expect with my younger siblings, so they'll have more of a awareness of like what they need to do.
So you catch them whispering, don't be like.
Yeah.
Super. Anyone else?
If I could have done anything different, I would have been more appreciative. I didn't realize until I started coaching middle schoolers how hard teaching was and like keeping control of the classroom. So.
And you've been helping us with the speech and debate at the middle school.
At the middle schools, so.
Well, and now you know that teachers, as you're growing up, you know, it's a hard work. So, who else would do something different?
I wouldn't have procrastinated as much on stuff.
Oh no.
Especially with like Cardettes and all the other clubs that I was in. I feel like things really started building up. And I would always catch myself having to stay up like all night trying to finish assignments.
Oh, yeah. You don't want to do that in college.
No.
Procrastination is something that kind of creeps in, you know, that kind of stuff. Anyone else would do something different? Yes, sir.
Well, I barely made it into the top 10. I just got it. But,
you don't have to tell them that. We'll cut that from the.
I barely made it. But if anything different, I would say, like a lot of people, I know academics is important, but I think it's important to keep balance, and I would probably have a little more fun, you know, outside of school.
So keep a balance.
Balance in your life.
I hear that a lot, so that's important, especially when you go off to college. You have to have a balance as well. All good?
I think,
go ahead, Nathan.
I think kind of going off of what Luke said, I think being well-rounded and having that balance, like he said, is really important. I think for me, you know, I've kind of balanced a lot on my plate over the last 4 years. And I guess it's kind of ironic coming from valedictorian, but I don't think I studied as much as I could have. You know, I really, like, my key thing is I would just make sure I pay attention in class, and that really helped me a lot. So I think I could go back, and I think I could do a lot better academically, and I could do more. You know, so, I mean, looking back on it now, I mean, I missed some opportunities that I could have done, so I would go back and do those.
Well, and sometimes we don't know our learning style till later on in life. Right? How do we learn best? And some of us learn by listening, others we have to write notes, a lot of notes and so forth. So that's a good takeaway, If you were asked 2 or 3 years from now to name a teacher or a person that inspired you, that helped you turn a corner during your journey, or to name a teacher or a person who you will remember that truly made a difference in your life, who would that be? It's hard to narrow it down to one person, but who would that be?
I mean, as a teacher, Miss Everett, I think a lot of us can say Miss Everett was fantastic, and she kind of shaped more. My minor in college is going to be English, and it's because of her. But otherwise, besides teachers, my mom was really influential as well.
Good for you. Miss Everett is a great person as well.
You know, I've had some of my relatives, some of my family members actually been my teachers, so that was pretty fun, and knowing them outside of school as well, and in the classroom is kind of tough.
What would you say? I'm going to tell them at school.
No, they were on me for sure at home as well. But I think a teacher would be Mr. Jesus Ortega, my calculus teacher. You know, in addition to just knowing math in general, I mean, the guy's a brainiac. But in addition to just being a great teacher and explaining things very well to me, you know, he's offered me a lot of friendly advice, you know, about life, about, you know, economic situations, about, you know, how to prepare yourself for the future, and stuff that you can't really teach in school.
Right.
You know, he was there to offer that support, and so I really appreciate that from him.
You'll look back and say he was a
He's a mentor.
changer.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we've actually been blessed to have him. We have him tutorials also. So like whenever we need help with any subject, he'll come and help us. It doesn't have to be just about math.
So he's one you'll remember.
Yes, definitely. And I think not just, I've been blessed with so many great teachers, but even at that, I've been blessed with these guys that have pushed me and like shaped me. And that competitiveness, they brought out the best in me. So I want to give a shout out to all of them. Thank you for that.
Super, super. Anyone else? Who's that one person? Yes.
Oh, sorry.
You can go first.
Along with Miss Everett and Mr. Ortega, I would consider Mr. Arnold one of my favorite teachers, because all three of them have been so enthusiastic about teaching that they really make you want to learn. And like the drive to learn more and to know more and to be the best you can be has really shaped me as a person.
He can tell you more about Mr. Arnold. You don't see him at home. No, well, good. Mr. Arnold is a great person. Great. You named some great ones. Somebody had their hand up.
For me, it would be Miss Longoria. She was my sophomore year world history teacher. What I learned from her, she calls it how she sees it. It was I think for most of us, it was a shock coming from Kano to HHS with all the work, especially in world history.
Yeah.
And I wasn't used to it in the beginning. I was reluctant to like do it, and like, oh, there's no way she's gonna give us this much work. Like this has to be fake. But it was real.
I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah. But from her, I learned that sometimes in life, there's gonna be things that you don't want to do or you're not used to, but you're gonna have to just change and become.
And work hard at it.
Yes, work hard at it, and become like who you're meant to be.
So how long did it take you to figure out she wasn't kidding? Like a week?
Probably two or 3 weeks, honestly. Because the way she did it, she would give us like work, and it was all due usually on one time or like weeks.
Wow.
So I was like, okay.
But that's going to serve you well in
Yes.
college.
Yeah.
You'll see that. So. Who else is looking back 2 or 3 years and saying that person, say you're dead. This is your chance, I'm helping you.
I think a teacher would be Samantha Ortega, because she teaches chemistry, and I took her class, and I learned that chemistry is actually really, really fun, and I really enjoyed it. Although it's really hard, and you have to read an entire textbook, or else you're gonna like not pass the class. I think that just prepared me for like the difficulty of science courses I'm gonna have to take in college.
Yeah.
And she was really cool too, and she's super nice. Thank you, Mr. Ortega.
What grade did you have her?
I had her sophomore year for AP chemistry, and then my junior year for AP chemistry.
Oh, you had two.
Yeah.
No wonder you like it.
I would have to say Mrs. Longoria also. Like, she was always there for us, and she was a great teacher. And as he said, she really prepared us for high school.
Did you have her 2 years as well? No, just the chemistry one?
Oh no, Miss Longoria, the world history.
World history.
And she got me to passing the AP test, my first one for world history.
And what did you score on your AP test? Are you going to share with us?
3.
Super nice. So you better go hug her too. Anyone else? Somebody that's made a difference. You're going to look back 2 or 3 years from now.
I would say, along with Miss Everett, I would say my director, my assistant director, Miss Linda Salinas, and also my AP European History teacher. She's really awesome. She's really humble. She really cares about her students, and she actually helped me love learning more than what I already do. And I kind of don't really like history, but I mean, she makes it fun, and I really appreciate it.
It's amazing how a teacher can make you really like the subject if they like it, right? And they find their purpose. So, good answers. Here's your next question. What is one memorable experience you're going to take with you from high school? In other words, if you're in college and somebody says, well, how was your high school years? You go, let me tell you about this experience. And so, who wants to share? The first one.
I think my favorite experience, or my most memorable, was the game we beat Reagan. That was probably the best game I played.
Remember that one.
Out of all 4 years I played football, and just it was intense, it was exciting, and it was the first time we beat them. It was something that we couldn't do last year, and it was probably the happiest moment I had.
And so if you meet kids from Reagan, you're going to say, wait a minute, let me tell you who I am. Good for you, good for you. Anyone else? Memorable experience, yes.
I'd have to say it's more of like experiences within Cardettes. I know BRANDI can tell you, but we've traveled like through the country. We went and performed at a San Antonio Spurs game. We performed at Disney World. I had the experience to perform at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's just really exciting to think back, and like without Cardettes, I would have never had any of those experiences.
You would do it again?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Other memorable experiences?
Yeah, I think joining my engineering club was like probably the best decision I've ever made right now. Because the people there, they're really cool. They're really I'm really like friends with them, like true friends with them, and we do stuff we love. Like we build electric cars, we build robots, program robots, build underwater robots. It's so much fun, and people there are like-minded as me, so it's really easy to say, hey, what's up, dude, and have like a lot of fun with them.
Well, then different people you meet in that club, right? I mean, you may not otherwise have met in your high school years, and you're very good at it. You're humble, but you're very good at that area. So congratulations on that. Who else? A memorable experience? Some of you are going to say, all the late nights. Oh.
I mean, for me, I think it would just be, walking the halls of HHS. I mean, since I was little, I wanted to go to HHS, and just the tradition that the school brings, and meeting new people, and interacting with different people through the different clubs. I think I love that we're an outdoor campus, so whether it's rain, shine, or snow.
Yeah. They're not going to believe that. Say it again.
It snowed in Arlington, Texas.
And I didn't close schools, so you all can enjoy it.
Well, it was, I love that we're an outdoor campus, so I mean, we get to see the beauty of it every single day, and just walking the halls with your friends and interacting with different people is just something I'll always enjoy.
So the whole high school experience.
The whole high school experience.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Cardinal Spirit really never dies.
Never dies.
Anyone else have a memorable experience you'll look back?
For me, I think it would be being in flight crew, both my junior and senior years. Just the energy you get from it, from being on the field and trying to pump up the crowd, it's pretty nice feeling.
And you would run fast. You would run fast. Sometimes you were ahead of your. Okay, what advice would you give incoming freshmen, looking back, and kids saying, "I want to be a top 10"? What advice would you give incoming freshmen?
Don't procrastinate.
Yeah.
Don't procrastinate.
Sure.
Don't procrastinate. What does that mean?
Like, don't say I'll do it later, or I'm gonna watch this Netflix show for like 2 more times and I'll do it tomorrow. It's not due till the end of the week. Just
sometimes
do
the
it.
A-B schedule.
Yes,
You say,
that
"I
helps
can
a lot,
wait,"
but
and
yeah.
Good advice.
Another thing I'd like to tell all the freshmen is enjoy every moment, because they do fly. I mean, I wouldn't have thought, we only have a month left of school, so.
It goes by
Yeah,
fast.
very fast. So enjoy every moment and make the best of it. It's a time you won't forget. So.
Well, I'll tell you that's going to be the same in college. The years will fly, so enjoy the moment, enjoy the time as well. Anyone else? What advice, Adrian?
I would give them the advice of do not be afraid to ask questions. I know some people go into, or I know at least I went into high school thinking, I'm gonna seem dumb if I ask the teacher a question if I don't understand something. But you have to, to be in top 10 where I am today, I wouldn't be here without asking my teachers questions if I didn't understand something.
And I will tell you that oftentimes gets in the way of kids being successful in college as well. They don't want to ask their professor questions, or they don't want to go to the office time, the office hours. You have to do that. You got to lean into your fears, not away from your fears all the time.
Along the similar,
You can go. It's okay.
I mean, along the similar line, I think the teachers will work for you because everyone wants you to succeed.
That's
So if you ask them for assistance, if you say, I didn't understand this concept, could you go over it with me real fast, or could I come after school sometime? The teachers will work with you.
They're there to help you. Good point. Good point.
And kind of add on to what you were saying, you need to go to the AP tutorials. I can't emphasize that enough. They offer them starting the new year or whatever, and it's the difference between making a 3 or 4 on an AP test or making a 1 and a 2. And even if you're not taking the AP class, I mean, you're reviewing the material. They'll help you learn. It's basically like an extra tutoring session. That also helped a lot throughout the years.
Yeah. And that's so critical because oftentimes high-performing students think tutorials are for those that are behind and what have you, but AP tutorials are critical, especially if you're trying to get that 3, 4, or 5 so you won't have to take that course in college. So.
Also, I would give them advice to do what they love, because there's many people that I know that take classes for the GPA, take classes for the rank, take classes because their parents push them to. But ultimately, I think life is about doing what you want and being happy. And so if taking a class doesn't make you happy, why would you take it? No. So just do what you love.
Yeah. And let me say that there are people that go their entire life in pursuit of happiness, when happiness is what you create, right? And it's really finding your purpose and your passion. And if you find it, kind of like what you're saying, then you're going to be okay. Things are going to work out for you. So that's great advice. Would you have listened to that advice as a freshman? Yes, just say yes.
Yes.
Who else wants to give advice to the freshmen? Incoming. Listen, I know grades are important, and we're top 10, but I think my biggest fear in college is going to be meeting new people and trying to find ways to have fun and get good grades. So don't worry too much about your grades as much as you think they're important, because it is just a letter. Meet new people, have fun, that kind of thing.
And you know how you meet new people? Is you need to remember that they have the same fear you do. They don't know, I mean, unless somebody went from their high school, but everybody's there as a freshman class and wanting to meet other people. So just keep that in mind, and things will get easy for you as well. So, and a lot of you have great personalities. You'll be fine. Just tell them I was in the top 10 and show them your post. Right? And you sing in the dorms. And anyone else?
Oh, I mean, kind of going off of what Riley and Luke both said, being well-rounded, I think, is something to emphasize. Have fun and make friends and make memories, but at the end of the day, I do think that, academics is what's going to take you somewhere. So for freshman year, it's just start strong. I think you need to be focused, right at the beginning of freshman year, and every grade matters. From freshman year all the way to senior year, every single daily work, every single quiz, every single test, it all adds up, and it really does matter. So to be focused and to make those high grades at the beginning is really crucial, because coming from experience, it's a lot easier to get to the top at the beginning and maintain and stay there versus working your way up. So I think
and that's critical, and I've heard that again and again, that your freshman year sets the tone. And it's a hard climb when you're not focused in your freshman year. So that's great advice. Everybody good? All right, so name one thing that you're glad you learned in high school that you think is going to help you when you get to college. And you say, I know, BRANDI, you're going to say that procrastination is not that thing, right? You're going to say that. But what's one thing that you're glad you learned in high school that you think you're going to take with you to college and it's going to make you a stronger student?
I would say my study habits. Like how I study, I have a certain way to study. I know it's kind of funny, but I usually read the chapter and I kind of review it and talk to myself in a mirror. And so I think I've formed that over the years. 4 years.
And it's worked for you?
Yeah, it's worked.
Good, good. Just don't be talking.
I know.
Sorry, you heard me. So, you're going to scare me.
I would say calculus, because I'm going to need that a lot for my future and for college. And so Mr. Ortega's there to help me with it. He's doing a really good job at teaching me, and most of the people here.
And I bet you if you email him when you're in college, he'll help you.
Definitely.
He'll do. What's one thing you learned in high school?
Well, probably self-discipline, which I learned from football. The coaches, they will be there, they'll give you the workouts, but it's on you to try your hardest and to be there and do the workouts. And they're always on you about it, so it taught me self-discipline and deadlines and stuff, so it taught me to keep working hard.
And the other thing that you learn from that is that you have to do your part. The markers can be set, the expectations can be set, but at the end of the day, you have to do your part and you have to work for it. So.
Yeah, like Garrison was saying, being responsible and being accountable for yourself is a real big thing, because in college you're not going to have someone there telling you, oh, you need to get this done, you need to get that done. It's going to be on you, and those decisions you make are going to affect you, no one else. So you got to be responsible. So
that means you're going to wash for yourself. And
yep, you're an adult, so
you're an adult.
I already do, though.
When my son left to college, he took all his clothes from the closet. I said, why are you taking so much clothes? He said, I counted the shirts. I don't have to wash for 3 weeks. I said, oh, no. You're like your mom. No, I didn't say that. So, anyway, who else? Yes.
How to plan.
How to plan.
I feel like in high school I learned how to balance everything and know that this time I have to set aside for homework and this time to relax. And I feel that's really important to go into college knowing that, so it's not just a matter of I don't know what to do next.
Yeah. How did you learn that? Did
my mom,
teachers,
my mom taught me how.
Yeah. Because if you don't have a balance and you don't have a calendar, it's hard to remember everything. You stress yourself out trying to remember all your due dates when you could write it down and remember it that way. What else did you learn?
I definitely learned how to be more confident and believe in myself. You would not recognize me my freshman year. I came in, I was shy, I didn't know anyone, but over the years, with the encouragement of my teachers and my friends, I've definitely became more sure of myself and more confident.
And that's a very critical thing to learn along the way, is that it's a mind game too. You have to believe in yourself. And people sometimes ask me, should I apply for this job? Should I apply for that job? I said, why are you asking that? I said, don't eliminate yourself. There's already people that are going to eliminate us.
Yeah.
You get in there and be competitive, and let's see how it turns out. So always try and get in the front of the line of opportunity. So that's a great takeaway, because sometimes, you know, you're going to start, to your point, you're going to start college, and it's going to be, you're going to be shy and so forth, and hopefully by your senior year it's going to be different. But start strong. Nobody knows, you know, you as a person.
On
You're
that
gonna
confidence
introduce
thing
you.
that she was saying, I feel like people are going to tell you you can't do something if they believe they can't. So don't let them throw you off track. You do what you want to do, and don't worry about what other people say.
Nobody hitting nobody.
Exactly. So I told Nathan, I was like, it comes with the territory. I mean, when you're successful, people are going to want to talk about you or want to say different things, but you just can't listen to them, and you got to do your own thing and be
You know,
focused.
there's a saying to that, success breeds enemies. And so oftentimes, you know, people look at Harlingen CISD as a very well-accomplished school district, but it breeds enemies. Right? It breeds that feeling of you can't do it, or that's not going to work, and what have you. And you have to have self-confidence and your ability to say it can. And what helps you is, you know, karate or whatever it is. You just tell this guy that, and all of a sudden they're like, they sat up. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, like when Garrison, I know a lot of us are like in athletics and we're in different organizations. And what comes with that is that everybody's always looking at you. So like say they see some football players out, they're going to pay attention to how they're acting because we represent the school district. So just being in different clubs and organizations, you have eyes on you. So everything you do is being watched. So you got to be mindful of that.
And you're always interviewing for your next job. People are always looking at what kind of person you are, and when there's adults around, there's no adults around. And rank has its privileges, but it also has high accountability. So keep that in mind.
I think, yeah, you know, especially being valedictorian, but I guess it goes for every single one of us in top 10. You know, once you're at that pedestal, you know, people always want to knock you down.
Yeah.
You know,
They want that
it's very
slot.
competitive, yeah, and you know, you have to really work for what you get. So.
That's why I trade cards with my wife. They're upset at me. Yes, anyway.
Speaking on Nathan's part, there's people always trying to knock you off. I heard that people were saying, "Oh, I'm going to take your spot," and I was like, "No, you're not." I made sure that I stayed where I was, and I wasn't going to let anybody like take all my hard work all these 4 years away to be where I am today.
And what does that mean? More dedication, more commitment, more drive, and so forth. And it's called self-discipline, to your point. So it's called self-discipline. So 10 years from now, and you say, 10 years, let me get through commencement. But time flies. I think you were the one saying time flies, right? So 10 years from now, where do you see yourself in 10 years? So just to give you an idea,
I'll go.
this is my 17th year here. So I would have never thought, you know, 10 years, that's a long time, but time flies.
In 10 years, I'm planning on being graduating with my engineering certificate and being a certified engineer from UT. Welcome. So after that, I want to, you know, throughout college, I wanted to get internships, you know, so to make good connections. So hopefully by the 10 years, I'll be in like maybe my 4th or 5th year at a job at a firm, big firm. And my overall goal is to own my own company. And I always told my mom I was going to be my own boss, and I was going to be able to, you know, have her work in my company as one of the main people, so she could tell me what to do. So yeah, in 10 years, you know, hopefully I'll find my wife also at college, you know, be ready to start a family, having my own house and my own company, just living the life I want and not having to rely on anybody else but myself.
Good for you. And you know, your mom's going to see this and she's going to say, did he say work for him? or he's going to retire me.
My company, but she doesn't.
We'll edit that. Don't worry. We got it covered. So, 10 years. Yes, sir.
I plan on being a lawyer, so by that time I hope at least...
Don't forget us, but go ahead.
At least by that time I'm in a law firm, and I hope to have almost gained up the credit to open my own firm, my own law firm. And like Riley said, I don't want to work for anybody. I've never been someone that can take orders very well. That's why I didn't last in football too long. I only lasted about 2 years. But
he has other reasons.
Yeah. But yeah, that's...
So let me ask you, do you know what area of law you want to focus on, or not yet?
Criminal defense.
Criminal defense?
That is pretty fascinating to me, but I also wanted to want to go abroad and study abroad as well as live abroad. So if I learned international law, that would be really cool. So I can.
So Miss Fleury, her son is
Oh, yes.
an international attorney in France.
I'm
and
good
so
friends with Matthew.
You
so-
might want to talk to them about that, but it's incredible. He's had an incredible career, so 10 years.
Mine's pretty similar to Luke's because I want to go into law also. But the thing I see it as is that there's two things. There's a job and there's a career. A career is something that you enjoy doing, like something you're passionate about. A job is just something you get just to make money. And I plan to go into law because I feel like it suits my personality. I think that I'm good at arguing.
We'll ask your parents.
Don't ask my mom. But I feel like that career would suit me and I would enjoy it because I don't want to be stuck in a job for the rest of my life that I don't clearly enjoy.
And that is so critical, Adrian. You have to realize you're going to work about 40 years of your life and spend a lot of time in that career. You have to find your passion because that's a lot of time to dedicate to something that you're not going to be happy with. So that's a good point. 10 years from now.
Yeah. So, well, I don't know where my mechanical engineering degree is going to take me, but it would be great if I got to work for GM or Chevrolet, just any American car company, and be able to take part in making cars or designing or anything with them because I love them so much.
You love the companies or the cars?
Cars.
Yes. So you love cars?
Yes.
So old cars or new cars or both?
Both.
Both. Good for
Yeah, but
you.
what car do you have? You have a what?
A 1985 IROC Z Camaro.
Is that right? My brother used to drive one of those. Do you know Dukes of Hazzard? Do you know that show? Okay.
Yeah.
He even painted the 01 of it. Yes, I know. So, good job. So 10 years. 10 years.
I guess we'll
know.
be 28.
28, that's right.
I'll have finished up my mandatory service as an officer after school and hopefully won't have student debt, so it'll be nice if I continue the path of service. As an officer, then I'll be able to retire at 42, but I don't know if I'm going to continue yet or if I'm going to leave to find another career, so we'll
Good
see.
for you. Good for you. And thank you for serving our country in advance.
Taekwondo.
10 years, I know. She's ready. 10 years from now. Arnold?
Well, I'm thinking about like interning at either NASA or Lockheed Martin during the summer during college, because I really like those companies because they build aircraft and they provide defense for our country, and I just would like to especially the program or design their electronics. It'd be really cool, you know, to say that I'll be a part of that and say that I'm helping our country do better.
Good for you.
Hopefully I'll be moved to Florida so I can be working at my dream job at Walt Disney World.
Is that right?
Yes.
That's your dream job?
Yes.
Wow. What do you want to do there?
Management, hopefully work my way up, maybe become CEO. I
Good
don't
for
know.
you. Free tickets.
Fast pass.
10 years will go by like that. So good for you. Nathan, did you 10 years? What do you want to
Well,
do?
you know, like kind of like along the lines of Irene and Ryan, you know, I've always wanted to make a difference. I've always wanted to serve my country, and I feel like I have a lot to offer. You know, I feel like I can make this country, make the world a better place. So, you know, I hope to enter a career in politics. So, in 10 years, you know, I see myself, you know, at the state level, you know, running for governor, or at the national level, running for Congress for our district, moving back home and running for our district's governor, and you know, working my way up, you know, moving up to whip, and then finally, you know, challenging presidency down the road. You know, have some time, but you know, I'm 28 and I'm eligible for Congress. So
That's right.
so
you
I'll
already
go for that.
researched it.
No, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Arnold,
Thanks, Mr. Arnold.
Thanks to Mr. Arnold. So this interview is standing in your way of your dreams, right? Nathan, don't say that. 10 years. Who else has not had a chance, Brent?
I want to pursue a career in medicine, so hopefully in 10 years I'll be almost in becoming a general surgeon. So I would like to say that I have the opportunity to save lives.
Wow, don't forget it, the superintendent. I knew you. Go ahead, you were going to say.
Hopefully in 10 years, I'll have my master's in engineering. And I'm not quite sure if I want my own business or if I want to be employed by the government or whatever. But my main goal that I want to do is start to rebuild the infrastructure of our country, which right now is crumbling. I mean, I don't know if you've been to Houston, Dallas. They have terrible roads. I mean, Houston just got hit by that hurricane, and they need some work done on them. So I don't know where I'll end up, but that's more or less what I want to do.
Good for you. Congratulations. So you all are very well accomplished, and I have no doubt that your dreams will become reality. You have the skill set, you have the brain power, you just have to go out there and get it. And I know that you all will be very successful. We're down to our last question. And so this is an opportunity actually for you to do a shout out. So I'm going to give you that opportunity to give a shout out and thank someone or some people for their contribution to your success. For this question, we'll go ahead and go in order. So we'll start with our valedictorian.
Well, I just want to say thank you to my parents and all my family members for constantly pushing me, pushing me to be better. Your constant support and guidance has led me to where I am today, and not only have molded me into the great student, but the great man I am today. And I love you guys so much, and I wouldn't be here without you guys.
Great.
I would like to thank my parents, my family, my grandma, just for always being there for me, for believing in me, believing that I can do it, believe that I can reach my goals in life, and for always being there for me. I love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Love you, B. Love you, Grandma. Thank you.
Great job.
I'd like to thank my Coach Creeters, in my freshman year of basketball. He really pushed me to do my best, and after 100 push-ups, you get really tired, and you start to believe that you can't give up no matter what, and just maybe stronger as a person.
First off, I'd like to thank God, because without that, I don't think any of us would be here. So that's one main factor I always like to do. My family and friends, I'd like to thank you guys for always pushing me, helping shape me into a student and young man I am today. And without all of y'all's motivation, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I just thank everybody who's been in my life and pushed me. And I'm real humbled to say that I know y'all and that y'all are a part of my life, and I was a part of y'all's. I hope I impacted it in a certain way. So thank you.
I'd like to say thank you to my parents and my grandparents as well, not just for pushing me to be the best I could be, but also for showing me by example what hard work looks like, what dedication looks like, and for supporting me all the times that I was upset or moody or an angsty teenager, and helping me be a better person in general.
I just want to thank my parents and my siblings for always being there for me and for just making me feel like I can do anything in this world. It's really great having them on my side.
I'd like to thank my parents to begin with. They have always pushed me to do the best I can at school. They always supported me in any decisions I wanted to make, such as football, basketball. I'd also like to thank my brother. I hope this goes on record. I beat you. And I'd also like to thank my position coach, Coach Sweeney. He taught me a lot of things, hard work, self-discipline, and he was like a second dad to me. So thank you.
I would like to thank my mom and dad for always pushing me to be where I am and helping me to achieve what I have today. Without them, I would not be where I am today. I would not be the man I am today. I would also like to thank my tennis coach, Coach Tanamachi, for teaching me that mental toughness is key in life, and that without it, that you can't survive.
I'd like to thank my family and friends for always being by my side and helping me to do my best. And to my parents, I'd like to thank you for working so hard so I could have a better life. And to my sister, for always being a great role model to me and allowing me to see her as someone who I can look up to.
To my mom, my dad and my mom grew up pretty rough, and I know that they've worked so hard to get me to where I am, and that they're going to have to push me through college. And I thank y'all so much for what you've done. And I thank you, Mom, especially. Love you, Pops, but Mom had some work to do with this one. We're pretty different, and I know she pushed me through these 4 years, so thank you.
I have one more shout out. I just want to shout out HISD, because y'all do an amazing job. So I want to thank y'all for that.
Thank you, Dr. Gosling,
Thank
for
you.
providing us for the opportunities to be successful and to be where we're at today.
Well, nothing makes me more proud than to see kids succeed. And my highest hopes is that you find your passion and that you love what you do the rest of your life. And I have no doubt that you all are going to do some amazing things in life. Always stay humble, always do the right thing, protect your name, and make certain that you do whatever you have to be in the front of the line of opportunities. I'm super proud of each and every one of you. Continue to champion the great work and be proud to say that you graduated from HCISD.